Hello students, we are learning Civics Chapter 4, Understanding Laws. In previous classes, you learned the meaning of law. You learn do laws apply to all. Here you learn the first part, that before independence, what was the situation, how was the rule of colonial period, arbitrary rule. Then in second video you learn about how do new laws comes about. In that section you learn about that Domestic Violence Act. With the example of Domestic Violence Act, you learn the procedure, how any law for any subject, anything, if government or parliament think that there should be a law, or citizen think that there should be law, then from which processes they have to pass, that you learn through that example. Actually, the parliament makes law on the subjects given in three lists. Number one, the union list includes the subjects of national importance like defense, banking, foreign affairs, etc. Second, the state list includes subjects of the state and local importance like agriculture, trade, commercial, police, etc. And third, the concurrent list contains subjects of common interest in both union and state, that is forest, newspaper, education, marriage, etc. So there are the distribution of power between state and center, and according to that parliament make rules. So that you learn in this section. Now today we are discussing the last topic of this chapter, unpopular and controversial law. Right? You will be surprised that how some laws are unpopular, laws can be unpopular, controversial. Yes, it's happened. Sometimes it is so happen that laws passed by the parliament turns out to be unpopular. Sometimes a law can be constitutionally valid, hence legal, but it can continue to be unacceptable to the people because they feel that the intention behind the law, that why this law is made, the intention behind the law is unfair and harmful. In such situation, people might criticize this law by holding meetings, press conference, rallies, etc. Means what were the situation where parliament passes the law and it turns out to be very unpopular, right? Legally it is valid, legally it is there, constitutionally there is nothing wrong in that law, but it can be continually be unpopular or unacceptable by people because the intention behind it. Recently you can see that there are a wave that people are opposing the wearing of mask, right? Some are in favor of it, some are in not in favor, right? Before that helmet wearing was a law, so there was also people were not happy with it, it become unpopular, right? Some were favoring also. Hence people might criticize this law, hold public meeting, write about it in newspapers, reports to TV news channels, etc. In a democracy like ours, citizens can express their unwillingness to accept repressive law. Repressive means force something, right? Forcefully applicable laws framed by the parliament. Right? Means here they are telling that in democracy like us, in our India, what democracy is there, citizen can express their unwillingness. Right? They are not happy, they are not willing to follow the rules by criticizing it, by opposing it, and they can um, oppose it some repressive laws also. When a large number of people begin to feel that a wrong law has been passed, then there is pressure on the parliament to change it. And in some time, if parliament is getting proper opposition, then it has to change also. For example, various municipal laws on the use of space within municipal limits often make hawking and street vending illegal. Right? You must have heard about that hawkers and street vendors. They, when the police coming, then they start moving here and there because it is illegal to use that walkway and for vending and selling things. No one will dispute the necessity for some rules to keep the public space open so that people can walk. Right? Actually, why they made the rules, that there is a necessity for some rules to keep the space for walkers on the payment, on the both the side of payment easily. However, one also cannot deny that hawkers and vendors provide essential services cheaply and efficiently to the millions living in the large city. Right? We cannot deny that hawkers and vendors are not necessary. What they are selling, they are very cheap goods and easily available to all the peoples of the large city. Right? So both the things are necessary. That walkway is also necessary, and hawkers, those who are selling the things on the street and walkway, they are also necessary. This their means of and their means of livelihood also. It is not only the fulfilling the needs of buyers, but as a sellers, they are getting their livelihood. Hence, if the law favors one group and disregards the other, it will be controversial. Here in this case, you seems that the law it controversial. One side it is favoring the workers, but another side it is not favoring the sellers. If they allow the workers, vendors, hawkers in this way, then they are not favoring the citizens or those who will be walking on that walkway. So, in this way, some laws become controversial and lead to conflicts. People who think that the law is not fair can approach the court to decide on issues. Right? Suppose this type of issues is there. Here, in this case, citizen also can approach to court, and seller, those who are denied to sell the things on the street, they can also approach to the court. The court has the power to modify or cancel laws if it is found that they don't adhere to the constitution. Then the last authority is with court, and especially Supreme Court. Right? Supreme Court has the final authority to modify or cancel any law if it think that it is not adhere to the constitution, means it is not following the constitution. Do you remember the photo essay on the women's movement in the class 7 book? Right, their photo in chapter 5 you learn that there were various methods of women's movement, and they were following, they were protesting, campaigning, showing solidarity, and then you learn the methods of women's movement. The following pictures point to the other way in which people protest. Here also you can see that they are protesting some laws or some rules made by parliament, and these students are not happy, so they are against it. Arrest us. Here what, let's read what is written. Arrest us, government polytechnic students. They are asking for justice. We need to remember that our role as a citizen does not end with electing our representative. Right? In previous chapter also I told that as a citizen, giving vote is most important role as a citizen. But our role is as not end by just electing our representative. Rather, it is then that we begin to use newspaper and the media to carefully chart the work that is being done by our MPs and criticize their actions when we feel it is required. Means it is not like just casting a vote and our duties are over. We need to constantly look at their work, whether they are doing in favor of people or not, favor of country or not, favor of society or not, and continuously criticizing their action when we feel it is required. Thus, what we should bear in mind is that it is the extent, involvement and enthusiasm of the people that help in parliament perform its representative functions properly. Right? At the last, we are always blaming the parliament, blaming the rules, blaming the constitution. But actually it is citizens' extent, involvement and enthusiasm which make parliament to help and functions properly. If citizens are not aware, then parliament will not work properly. If we want parliament to work properly, as a citizen, it's our duty to keep them working properly by our voice, by our action in favor or action in against. Right? It is always not like that we should always against it. Many times when they are doing work properly, we should praise also, we should give favor also. But when we are thinking that our rights are not properly maintained, they are violating their right, they are misusing their power, they are not working in favor of society, then we should raise voice also. So for that we need to develop involvement, we need to extend our thinking, we need to show enthusiasm towards the political actions of the MPs. In this way, we can say that we are true citizen of democratic country. So our duty as a citizen of democratic country is more than just only electing the representative. So this was the essence of the chapter lawmaking. These are the main issues of the lawmaking. But when we are talking about the how the lawmaking system is there, then in previous chapter also I discussed that for any issues, any problem, people or citizen has to raise voice. They need to contact with their constituency MP. MPs will debate and discuss with the press conference, and they will prepare a draft, they will prepare a bill, then it will pass in Lok Sabha. After Lok Sabha consent, then it will send to Rajya Sabha. After Rajya Sabha, in consent, then it will send to President. When President sign it, then any issue, bill, draft can be law, right? And there are always chances of amendment of or deletion of the laws and addition of the law, but after a proper procedure. And till the time, if there is, after making a law, if there are some controversies, then citizen can approach to court also. Supreme Court has final authority to stop any law, to change any law or anything related to this. So as a citizen, first thing we need to learn about our political system, our democracy, and we need to involve in. Then only we can ask for the fundamental rights and fundamental duties. First duty comes and then right. Hope you understand. In next lesson, we will discuss the question answers of this chapter. So we will be able to complete this chapter. Still, if you are having any doubt in this chapter, in live classes, you can ask me doubt related to this chapter or related to any of the topic we discussed in this chapter. Right? Hope I make you understand the story of that Domestic Violence Act passed, how this storyboard explain, and how some laws can be unpopular, controversial, and why there are unpopular laws. Right? As I gave you example of wearing mask, recent example in front of you. Helmet wearing is also there. There are also some laws which legally they are valid, but as a citizen we cannot fulfill it, right? We cannot comfortable with laws, so we try to oppose it, right? So depends on the situations and the depends on the circumstances how some laws become unpopular and controversial. Okay, students, keep learning. We will meet in next lesson with question answers. Okay, student, goodbye, have a fun. So students, now look at this PDF. In this you will find the main points of this chapter. Chapter 4, Civics Chapter 4, Understanding Laws. So first the definition of law is given. What are laws? The system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as a regulating the action of its member and which it may enforce by the imposition of penalties. Means society accepted some rules and regulation and it may enforce by imposition of penalties. Means if someone is not following rules regulations, so there should be some penalties, some fine, some punishment. And this was just introductory part. Then you learn about the different topics. First topic was, do laws apply to all? In that you learn about that all the laws after independence, when we adopted constitution, we accepted that there should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. So all the rules were equally applied to each and every citizen. Whether the person is a president or servant, all rules will be applicable to all. Any crime or violation of law has specific punishment. For particular punishment, for particular crime, which type of punishment will be there, it is there in the constitution. So we adopted this after independence. No one is above the law. In ancient India, there were innumerable and overlapping local laws, because at that time society was divided into different provinces or different societies based on the caste or religion or their own economic status. So they were having different punishment system also, rules and regulation also, and in that time most of the lower caste people were penalized more, harshly penalized for any kind of crime or offense. Then, after independence, member of Constitution Assembly agreed that there should be no arbitrary exercise. Means there should be no discriminations on the basis of different levels. There should be equality at every level. British colonial also introduced. People were telling that British colonial introduced the rule of law. They were claiming that rule of law, equal rule is applicable by Britishers, but actually it is not. Historians have disputed this claim. Colonial rule was arbitrary. Indian nationalists plays a prominent role in the development of legal sphere in India. Right? British rule was considered as an arbitrary rule in India. There are so many examples in front of you. You are learning in history that how the British imposes their policies, their hook and crook policies to achieve more and more income from India. So the Sedition Act is a best example for that. What is the meaning of Sedition Act? I already explained you that if person is protesting or criticizing British government, so he or she can be arrested without any prior trial. So that was also an example of arbitrary rule. Indian nationalists played very important role when they started learning, they started getting education, they become lawyers, judges, and they played very important role in bringing equality in society. By the end of 19th century, the Indian legal profession began emerging and demand respect in colonial courts. They started asking more and more places for the Indian people in judiciary when Britishers were ruling. No doubt it was not an easy step for them, it was not an easy task for them, but they struggled a lot. So, what Britishers were claiming that rule of law was brought by British rule, so that was wrong. Here it is given that Indian nationalist, Indian freedom fighter played very important role. Indian judges also they started playing a role because when they started getting positions in judiciary at the British time, they were given decision in the favor of equality, not in favor of only Indian or against the Britishers, but they started playing a role for establishment of equality. With the adoption of constitution after independence, laws for the country began to be made by representative. Every year, representatives they pass new laws, they change the laws, they amend the laws, existing laws. Here you can see Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. Right, in that storyboard when I explained you that story, in that also you learn that previously what was the provision that only boys, male members can have the right in the father's property. But after that, daughters and mothers are also have equal right in father's property. Then you learn about how do new law comes about. There is a particular procedure with the help of that Domestic Violence Act 2005. You learn the procedure. It is not only that anytime that bill will be passed in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and law become. When citizens feel that there is a necessity of some changes, some law, then there is a particular process through rallies, public protests, a newspaper, reporters, they raise their voice. Then you learn in that Women's Domestic Violence Act that they first complain about the violence happening in the homes. Then women organizations gather, they arrange some press conferences. So in this way, and related to that matter, that crime or that something wrong happen in the society, so they have to change the definitions also. They have to give the meaning also. So in that example, you learn what is the meaning of domestic violence. Right? Domestic violence doesn't include only the physical harm. Any injury or harm caused by adult male to his wife, whether it is a physical, mental, sexual harassment, any kind of harm or injury to women by a male, that is considered as a domestic violence. That definition you learn in the textbook also it is given, and I explained while I was explaining that storyboard. So how do new laws comes about? That is a procedure, and in that procedure citizens play very important role, crucial role, because without citizens, if citizens are not aware about their problems, their concern, then MPs are just electing MPs is not enough. So from establishment of the new law and at each and every stage they have to be aware that whether they are doing properly or not. So citizens' role is not only the electing the representative, but they have to think that they have to raise their concern that whether the situation in society is proper or not, where they want a new laws, where they want change in existing laws. So their involvement is most important in law making system. So that you learn through that storyboard. Now, after making of laws, some laws become unpopular, some become controversial. So, what is the meaning of unpopular law? That also you learn. What is the meaning of controversial laws? That you learn. Controversial means one group of societies they are getting benefit, but another group of societies they are not getting benefit or their interests are disregarded. So they oppose it. So in this way some laws become controversial. We have example of reservation, right? So reservation when it was kept it was for just upliftment of for few years it was there and for upliftment of the lower caste and this group which deprived from the benefits, so they put reservation. But now one group is not getting any kind of benefits from that, so now they are opposing it, so it become controversial law. So there are debates and discussions on the unpopular laws, controversial laws. Read all these points so you will get to know about more it. Especially in democracy, citizens can express their unwillingness to accept the repressive laws. Right? It is not like always doing something violence or something, but they can raise their voice with press conference, with rallies, with showing solidarity. You remember in class 7 you learned the methods of women's movement. So same method can be used by any society, any group of people for showing their repression, showing their angriness. People who think that the law is not fair can approach to court also. Right? There is another way in system, our system. Court has the power to modify or cancel laws if it finds that they don't adhere to the constitution. Right? What are the fundamentals of constitution? If it is not there in law, then court can take decision. In India, role of citizen does not end with the elected representative. They also analyze the work done by MPs till all through their tenure. It is not like once we elect, then 5 years they can do their own. No, we have to always analyze the work done by MPs. It is the extent, involvement, and enthusiasm of the people that help Parliament to perform its representative function properly. Means people's involvement is most important thing. People enthusiasm. If people will slip, then no one will be there to help them. Right? We have to awake always. We have to keep watch on the work of the MPs, MLAs, what they are doing, why they are doing, if they have taken any step, what is the result of that, what will be the result of this. Right? So we have to always keep watching the things what they are doing. We cannot accept that we once we elected our representative always they will do our benefit only, our welfare only. It is not possible. As a human there is always chances of misuse of power. So these were